Duke, North Carolina, round two. But round one for you and I, Cart, we were not on the preview or the recap of this game the first time around. We had Riley Davis and Bryce doing that for us, a Duke versus UNC fan. So, hello, watchers, listeners. I'm excited to talk about the greatest rivalry in college basketball this weekend. Both these teams are rolling right now. Duke is the best team in the country per KenPom. North Carolina has won 6 consecutive games. That's their largest winning streak this season. They are 20 and 11 and on the right side of the bubble, finally, I believe, Cart. But if they beat Duke, if they could pull the upset here, they would officially stamp their ticket to the NCAA tournament. You are chuckling as I lay out that Carolina's won 6 straight games. Why is that?
They're rolling, huh?
Yeah, they won 6 straight games.
You mind listing who they beat in that six straight stretch?
I can do that. They beat Syracuse. They beat NC State. They beat Virginia. They beat Florida State. They beat Miami. They beat Virginia Tech. But 5 of those 6 wins have come by double figures.
Any of those teams top 100 teams?
Two.
Yeah, well, welcome to the number one team. This listen, will this come back to get me? Actually, I don't really think so, to be honest with you, if we're gonna keep it. But I really truly don't. And we are gonna talk about this, and I know I'm doing some joking, like ha ha, hee hee and thing. Duke is about to Duke is just different. I just want to make that extremely well known. Okay. Duke beat Syracuse by like 90 points. UNC beat them by 6. We're not gonna go like win for win here or anything like that, but I just wanted to be known this is a about as major of a step up in competition as a major step up in competition. And as you look through results, yes, great result by UNC because you need to win the games that are in front of you, right? Like you had that is part of it. You need to win the games that are on your schedule in order to get to this point where you have a chance to win to possibly just stamp your ticket to the tournament. But you look through the whole body of work going back to let's say go back to the middle of January, January 18th, right? They have not beat a top 80 team on KenPom. They lost to Stanford at home. They lost to Steve Forbes. They lost to Pitt. They got smacked by Duke. They got smacked by Clemson. UNC is not a good basketball team, and I'd like to set a precedent on this preview. And we will get into breaking down the game. I'm sorry, G, I'm not approaching the previews correctly here.
Yeah, I'm annoyed with you.
Okay, I don't want to see UNC in the tournament. I am very much pushing for Duke to win this basketball game by a lot. Now
What?
let's preview.
Why?
I don't. UNC is a bad basketball team.
They have been a bad basketball team this year, largely. Of the some of the year has been disappointing for sure. They've been good for 3 weeks.
That's fair,
Like I'm can I pull my Torvik out?
of course.
North Carolina's 16th best team in the country on this 6 game win streak. Fourth best offense in college basketball on this 6 game win streak.
What's their defense?
123rd best defense while playing 2 top 100 teams in 6 games.
I was
You weren't
wondering why
supposed
you
to
left that.
ask that
I,
part.
I was. I sorry. I was wondering why you left that out. I'm sorry.
16th nationally, though, they're 1 spot lower than Alabama.
Okay, all joking aside, there is some truth to that. Like this team is playing better.
They're
They
four
are.
spots lower than Michigan State in the last 6 games nationally.
Yeah, they are. They are. They're playing better.
Like Michigan State has 5 quad 1 wins in 6 games. It's the special stretch of the year that won them a title. And Carolina's only 4 spots worse, efficiency margin wise, nationally than that.
I'll talk to Bart.
I'm just like, I think we're downplaying it. I think that's what you're
Okay.
doing.
All
We're
right,
not
well, look,
supposed to come on here with a
get
rooting
me there.
interest card.
Get me there. I don't have a rooting interest.
Yeah, you do. You just said you said word for word. I am rooting for Duke. I don't want to see North Carolina in the tournament.
Oh, that's what rooting interest is.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. All right. In the first game, do you remember what happened in the first game, Cart?
So Duke was up by a lot, a whole lot. But UNC made a run and made this. interesting, respectable in the second half. I don't know what the word is I would use, but
Was one of the most respectable 17-point losses I've ever seen. So Duke was up 19 points 10 minutes into this game. They just blitzed them at Cameron Indoor. And then they led by as many as 32 points with 9 minutes left. Carolina cut a 32-point deficit into a 17-point deficit late. I think they even got it down to as much as like maybe 11 or 10 late, something like that. Con Knipple, Ken Palm MVP, 22, 5, and 5 in that game. Cooper Flagg was great too, 21, 8, and 7, 2 blocks, 3 steals. If you look to the North Carolina side, they shot 37% from three. Nobody had more than 12 points. Ian Jackson, only 8 points on 6 shot attempts in 30 minutes in the starting lineup. Obviously, Carolina has changed some things since then. Ian Jackson has gone back to the bench in recent games. He has played less than 30 minutes in 8 consecutive contests, and I think it's helped him. He's been more efficient. So I guess I don't know. Do you think any personnel changes North Carolina has made will benefit them as they play Duke for a second time?
I do. I think it will, and also, despite what I said, there is still like rivalry things engulfed in this, entrenched in this, and you have a team in UNC who I think has everything to play for, and Duke really has nothing to play for at this point. I don't think, unless they need this one to maybe secure the ACC title and hold Clemson off. I'm not sure if that's the case.
Yeah. Technically, they do need this card if they want to be
Yeah,
outright.
North Carolina. I'm sorry, y'all got to blame Clemson for putting so much pressure on. They need this
Clemson
game.
and Louisville.
Oh, Louisville too, huh?
The ACC is so bad, there are 3 teams with 2 losses or less card
Wait, so Duke needs this game.
to win it outright, correct?
I'm sorry, Hubie.
Well, Hubie says they're different though right now.
Yeah, I mean, okay. How many times have I told you I'm different and I'm the same?
You've made changes. You're a champion now.
Yeah, and I did skincare, so
Put
like
the
it's
glasses back
like
on.
minor changes.
What's the best path to North Carolina competing in this game? If we look up and they're tied with 4 minutes left, how did they get there?
The initial thought that came to my head is their guards just supremely outplaying Duke's guards. Because there's not a world where they outplay Cooper Flagg, but if they can be better than Khan and Tyrese and Sion, like I think that would go a long way. It's going to take a special performance to be in this game, and I think RJ Davis has that in him. I think even like a freshman like Ian Jackson has that in him. I think he has that kind of gene, that makeup to do that, have a special moment in this rivalry. And I think it is going to take that for them to have a chance.
Okay.
Because they are not going to stop this team.
I mean, there's zero way for them to attack this team defensively.
I mean, I'm not saying zero way, but
I mean,
I'm
if
saying,
Clemson could do it, it's not like impossible, is it?
well, Clemson's good and Clemson's tough and Clemson's well coached.
And you don't think those words apply to this North Carolina team at all?
No,
You don't think good or tough or well coached apply?
no.
All right. Does it matter to you that North Carolina is 12-2 at home this year?
It very much does matter because that's really that's what matters the most to me in this game is that this is I'm assuming like RJ Davis senior night too. Like
It's RJ Davis's senior night,
RJ
emotional
Davis
moment.
senior night, emotional, get back. That's really what this looks like to me. This looks like a special senior day, senior night, beat my rival moment for RJ Davis. RJ Davis to have his moment because Caleb Love has his moment. Now it's time for RJ Davis to have his moment.
Yeah.
At home on senior night, beating one of the best Duke teams of all time.
Is RJ Davis good enough to have his moment like that?
Yeah, yes,
Like you that's the one thing you actually do believe in. RJ Davis could have a RJ Davis game. We remember this forever.
I do believe in that. Yes,
Interesting. Interesting. All right, so I mentioned how good North Carolina is at home. 12-2. The record's good. I think they're like 26th in efficiency at home in the country. Guess who the number one away game team is in college basketball?
North Carolina.
Duke. Duke is the best team in away games in the country.
They're also the best team in the sport.
Yeah, so maybe not a surprise. Cooper Flagg was great at home. Cooper Flagg's been great all season. Cooper Flagg's only questionable moments, dare I even say questionable? The only that didn't go well things for Cooper Flagg this year have come outside of Cameron Indoor in quote unquote big spots. But that's all three of them, right? Kentucky, late game turnovers. Kansas, late game turnovers. Clemson, on the road, he's slipping. He can't make the late game plays needed. Do you think there's any substance to Cooper Flagg running into issues in big spots outside of Cameron Indoor?
Um, Maybe a thought, but no, in the grand scheme of things, I think that those moments, if anything, will help Coop if he gets in that moment in this game. I honestly have faith that if this game is close and Cooper has a chance to make a play to win it or do whatever to get him across the finish line, that I think he will make it. Because he's been in that situation before.
Okay. Duke's 3-3 in games decided by single digits. So, I mean, that's still a pretty good mark, honestly. It's not awful, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like the thing that's more interesting to me with Coop on that is just like the emotional spots.
Mm.
Not that he's been like super sped up. Like I trust the man immensely. He's the National Player of the Year. He's arguably the best talent I've ever watched at college. I love him. But I do wonder, like, okay, on RJ Davis's senior night in Chapel Hill, is that something that we could see a different version of Cooper Flagg than we normally see? It's going to be the biggest moment of his season, right? Like emotionally, this will be the biggest moment for Cooper Flagg, and I guess I when I look back to what the other quote unquote biggest moments emotionally have been, Auburn, but that's at home, Cameron Indoor, Kentucky and Kansas were big. Arizona, I guess on the road, he was stellar and they won, but you know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? Am I stretching too much with this?
No, no, no. I think it's true. I do think it's a fair point. And look, it is a moment. It is going to be a hostile environment. Um, he also is going to look across from him and see Jalen Withers and Van Allen Lubin, so that might make it less hostile. But um, I don't know. Whether for better or for worse, I actually trust Coop in these moments
Yeah.
at this point of the year.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like that. I like that angle.
Also, a good way to actually trust them fully.
What would that be?
Don't let it get to that moment.
Right. Could happen.
Could happen.
Okay, let's get to predictions. Ken Palm has Duke favored by 11 on the road at North Carolina. It's a lot of points with Duke with an assistant coach who's leaving the team 10 minutes after this game ends.
That is
Duke
crazy.
got kind of like an inside agent right now. But what's your prediction?
I am actually going to be a sucker, and I'm going to buy into Senior Day, Dean Dome. North Carolina needs this game. RJ
After
Davis.
all of that,
Yeah.
so you're taking the points.
So this actually no, this goes one of two ways, and there's not that many ways this game can go. So I feel like I'm coming with something nuanced here, but I'm just telling you, this goes one of two ways. North Carolina wins, or North Carolina loses by 27. There ain't no cover. There ain't none of that. They get their doors blown off or they win.
All right, here's my formal prediction. At the under 16 in the first half, North Carolina will be up 12-2. At the under 8 timeout of the first half, North Carolina will be down 42-22. And I like Duke by 20 plus.
Why? So why'd you try to just walk me to a certain point if you're just gonna get to the point that
I'm
I
just
brought
trying
up?
to play host, man. We got to build this game up to something people are excited to watch. And if you come
That's
in
why.
on the first 20 seconds saying North Carolina stinks, I hate them, I'm rooting against them.
Yeah. So listen, I got it mixed up. Didn't know that, rooting interest. I got that definition down now. And that's why you're the greatest host in the business. That's why you do what you do, and that's why I am the liability I am.
Well, I appreciate you, Car. Either way, this will be a fun one. Brian Ralph is in the building for Duke, Carolina, and I think we'll phone him in for the recap at some point. So stay tuned, folks. Thanks for watching.